Welcome to Mr. Moon has left the building. Ad, how are you, mate?
I am very well, Sam. I'll be even better once we get past this international break and the proper football starts again.
It is so boring, isn't it? Like, you literally...
It's so boring.
I reckon this is the first international break where I haven't even thought about football at all. So it's probably not great. If you're probably listening to this thinking this could be a great episode, switch off now.
I'm actually, for the first time in a while, I'm actually looking forward to a West Ham game, to be honest.
So am I, which is really weird because there is obviously troubles and everything like that, which we'll go into. But it is, we're recording this on Tuesday and England are playing today. What do you make of England so far? Good win against Wales.
Yeah, I was actually at that game.
Did you go? Did you?
I went. Yeah, I was a bit underwhelmed with Tuchel to start with. The first few games under him were pretty lousy, to be honest. I thought we'd gone backwards, but I think it was it Serbia away game?
Yeah,
and then this Wales game. Like going forward, England have actually looked really good, and without some of the big names like Bellingham as well.
Foden, Grealish.
But they don't, I mean, they could have been 5-0 up at half-time against Wales. That's how good they were.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I only watched the first half of that, and I actually stopped. I had to go to work, and I thought, well, this is going to be 9-10-0. But I'm actually so surprised we didn't score in the second half, but probably people just kind of took it down a little bit. Wales looked awful. But to be fair, we did look good. Do you think this might be the first ever England manager that isn't going to pick the stars?
Well, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Because there seems to be a problem with Bellingham, doesn't there?
Well, he's fit. You know, he could have played. He could have been in the squad, and he's left him out as if he's sending some sort of message, isn't it?
And he has said a couple of things about Bellingham now. Like he's dug him out a couple of times, basically for attitude. It seems, which is funny because no one ever has ever mentioned that with Bellingham. He always kind of the golden boy of football, wasn't he? Like he's mentioned about the throwing his arms in the air and things like that. And he mentioned about something he said his mum said about Bellingham once, didn't he? It was after the World Cup. I can't remember what it was. I'll find out what he said. But it looks like he might be thinking... Well, bearing in mind, I suppose Tuchel don't really care less what happens to England going forward because his job is to win the World Cup. He might be the first England manager to ever say, we need a team, not the stars. And I don't disagree with it, to be honest with you.
No,
I do think you do need them special players as well.
And then big moments, you need them, don't you?
I've said I would have liked to see, I think, with England... one of Bellingham, Foden, Palmer playing that 10, right? And if you could get them to all buy into it and say, listen, Jude, you're starting today, but Phil, you are coming on. If you don't perform, you ain't doing it. Phil's here waiting, and then it's going to be the opposite way round. And actually, because really, if you could buy into, even in any football, really, if you could buy into being the sub, you could have such a great career. Like you think about it, like it's just the ego that really gets in your way, isn't it? But really, the ego is if you could score the winning goal, you're the hero, aren't you? Like actually, and if you was a striker, like a sub-striker, like Solskjaer, for example.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Like he did actually, he's probably the only player in history that's ever gone. Yeah, okay. You think you could probably play till you're 40 years of age, like in them, and then every manager, if you could be like, yeah, I'm on board, like. You tell me when you need me, but I'll help out in the change room. You know, like you could be that guy. Think how long your career would be. Unbelievable, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's like sub-goalies in some way. But yeah, it does look promising for England. But it is funny because a couple of weeks ago we was all going, we've made a wrong move here. Yeah. And we are playing lesser opposition. So like Latvia, I'm not expecting him to learn much today.
No. But... we lost to Senegal, which is the first African country to ever beat us. So, you know, you can understand people questioning him.
Yeah.
But then, since then, it has improved and, fair play to him.
And it's kind of maybe the headaches have been taken out because, as I said, some of these players have been injured. Like Kane was injured, for example. Kane is obviously going to play. Do you know what? I've been looking at Kane's records. It is staggering that it's even a conversation sometimes that people say Kane shouldn't be playing for England. Like when I hear people say that, I just think, you know what, football ain't for you. It just is not for you. His records are like blistering. What he's done at Bayern Munich is like insane. And then people say, it's a rubbish league. You're like, but he also did it in the Premiership for Spurs. Like Spurs were not a blinding side.
Unbelievable.
He's incredible,
He's
isn't he?
been unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable. I had this debate with someone at work the other day trying to argue that, he drops too deep, he hasn't got pace. And I'm just like, really? Just look at his goal record.
It's like a goal game
ridiculous.
for Bayern Munich, I think. And,
Well,
and he's like over 30.
And it's not just that, it's who's going to replace him. You are actually trying to tell me that Ollie Watkins is a better footballer than Harry Kane. It's just crazy.
Or Ivan Toney.
Yeah, like, just different
We actually haven't
levels
really got a
completely.
backup striker, have we?
No.
No. Well, anyway,
I
we've spoke about England. I forgot it is a West Ham podcast. Probably should say Jarrod Bowen's probably doesn't look like he's Tuchel's man, does he?
No.
Doesn't really get the go, does he?
Did he play?
He'd come on against
Gordon
Wales.
Yeah, did he play Gordon on the right?
On the left.
I can't remember now.
Left, and
played
then
on the right?
and then at one point, Saka.
Oh yeah, of course.
Saka was back.
Yeah,
Madueke,
Saka's back.
he really does like, without a doubt. What was interesting was when Rashford come on, Gordon went up top. Like as a...
rather than the other way round.
Yeah, which was interesting. But yeah, so back to West Ham. We've had 2 weeks off. How are you feeling?
Do you know what? I'm whatever the word is, rejuvenated a little bit. Yeah, I feel Nuno has given the whole club a lift. Well, he's definitely given me a lift. I might be speaking for myself, but and you know the results, not the results necessarily, but the performances seem to have upped. Before he come along, I really thought there's no light at the end of the tunnel, to be honest with you. And I was dreading every single game we played. But yeah, he's definitely given us a lift. And I'm more upbeat, more positive. You know, I'm sure that'll get stamped out of me after we lose to Brentford on Monday. But no, I'm positive. And I'm,
Do you know what? I didn't
I'm
realise that we're
hopeful.
playing Monday either, right? We've got to wait the whole weekend.
I know, yeah.
Oh, it's the worst, isn't it? Especially after the international breaks with the last game of the
You
weekend.
just want to play, didn't you? How about you? How are you feeling?
I really like Nuno. I've got to be honest with you. I really do like him.
Same.
I don't think he's got the tools to keep us up. So I do think we are. Sorry. Oh, sorry, everyone.
Bless you.
Oh, yowzers. I think it's going to be a big ask to keep us up. And I think that could be anyone comes in, to be honest with you. I think you could put Jose Mourinho, I think Ancelotti in that team, and I think there's big problems. I think defensively, I think offensively, and we'll go on to it in the striker department, goals is a huge problem. So, but him, I actually really do like. And as I say,
Yeah.
he's playing the West Ham fiddle, isn't he? Like he's in the West Ham. It's as if he's listened to this podcast, like of what to do. Because it's brilliant. Because the weird thing that come out obviously last week is we were waiting for the international break for his to announce his backroom staff, and he has not brought in one person, which this is odd to say the least. You've got to start thinking, was he not allowed? Which then you think, what on earth would he have taken that job for? If you haven't got your own people around you. I probably buy into that he came in and he does like a lot of the youth team coach and he's got on well with them and he thinks, these are good guys and things like that. Let's be honest, most of them never even coached in the Premier League. So I don't understand where that's come from. No manager, I don't think, in history has ever come in without... Now, he might rate himself, but what are your take on this?
Oh, yeah. No, I totally agree. You know, looking at it and maybe positively, it's great that, you know, coaches have been promoted internally. It's great that we've got people who've been at the club for such a long time, know the club inside out, and legends such as Steve Potts, I guess, among that first team coaches. It's great. It's a nice to have, but really, I couldn't give a monkeys who the coaches are as long as they're brilliant at what they do, and and they improve and help the first team squad to be better. So that, to me, it doesn't matter. I couldn't care less who the coaches are. It's really odd. It's really odd that he hasn't brought his team, a lot of which he has had with him at nearly all of the clubs he's been at.
Yeah.
Like you said, I don't know any manager who comes to a new club and doesn't bring any of his own staff, because these are the people he's known for a long time, the people he trusts. These are part of his management team.
People he trusts that he knows can take a session, right? So if let's say he doesn't take, I don't know if Nuno takes sessions or what, but I'm sure he leaves a lot to coaches as well, like most people. He's now got to watch everything they're doing to make sure that them sessions are completely right. Also, in your back of your mind, you also think, are any of these after my job? Like, if you know your man has been with you with 4 clubs, your assistant or whatever, you know he's got a pedigree that he's coming with you when you leave. These ones are already here and might be want the top seat. You might think, and I'm sure that bit paranoia is a little bit of why you don't promote within, but you just might not get on personally. Might not really like each other. It is also a bit of a, with Steve Potts, for example, when you've got his son in the first team. Like that, I'm sure he's seen over, and I'm not doubting Steve Potts' professionalism at all. But as a new man coming in who doesn't probably know Steve Potts from Adam, because he's from Portugal, he's not a West Ham fan, to come in and think, let's have this geezer as my assistant, and his boy's in the team. So if I drop his boy, it might be a bit of a problem. That bit for me was puzzling. I'm so glad Steve Potts has been promoted. So glad. He's been at the club a long time. Probably should have happened a long time ago. But makes you think, was he good enough to be promoted? Or not? And why did David Moyes never promote him?
Exactly, and this is the biggest worry for me, that these guys have come from the academy and the younger age groups as coaches. They're not, top. They haven't been top level coaches, so we're gambling a little bit here.
Well, gambling with so many at once, because obviously you might say, you know what, like when David Moyes come in, Kev Nolan, you're up with me now, right? But I'm having Alan Irvine, Billy McKinley, Stuart Pearce. You're in me as well, right? But Kev, you're up as well because you know the club, right? That you understand. But saying none with first team experience, I know, is Kevin Keane in it still there?
I don't even know.
I don't know actually.
Mark Robson.
That's the one I heard. Mark Robson's been there, and there was a couple of names I
didn't hear about Kevin Keane.
Yeah, I don't know if Kevin Keane's still a couple. I don't really know actually, to be honest with you. If you know, in the comments, let us know. But he's been around the first team a little bit, but you kind of go. It's baffling to me, and I'd love someone to come out and give us a reason why. Hey, West Ham fans, the reason is Nuno's come in and he's seen these guys and he thinks they're absolutely excellent and da-da-da-da-da. Even that statement doesn't seem to be really anything, has it? It's kind of like it's hidden.
No.
And that's where he tells me, he was told, you ain't got the money to bring in these because we've had to sack Lopetegui and Potter. And if I had to guarantee, that's probably what it is.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. But again, that is the board gambling with relegation, which just to me just seems absolutely bizarre. Like, why would you do that? Surely you want the best management team. Surely available.
We're not that broke that we can't bring in. Sure. And the answer is, if you say, well, we can't sign another player next summer or something, you've got to get your backroom sorted and your training ground.
Of course you have.
Your home's got to be sorted before your house has got to be built before you put a roof on it. And that is a big worry.
There's still time. He still might bring in a few bodies of his own. But, if that is the case where we're basically penny pinching and, we can't afford to bring the rest of his team in, That's a sad, sad state of affairs yet again.
But the manager's never been a yes man, really.
No,
which
he's
makes
not.
you then go, maybe that's not the case. You just love to know, wouldn't you? That's the thing with West Ham. You never know because there's no communication to the fan base or anything. This could have been communicated so well, and it could have been real fanfare. They're finally getting their promotions and da-da-da-da-da, and this manager's come in and he said, we've got excellent coaches here. And if that is the case, or it might be, do you know what? We overspent, which we're overhauling the transfer budget. We're in danger here. The manager thinks we got enough in this thing because we might need some signings in January. And then the West Ham fans go, okay, right.
Exactly that.
I like there's a way of communicating it, and it hasn't been done.
And I can't believe he wasn't aware of this. I doubt for 1 second that he's going to come in.
Which makes you think, why did he take this job? And then you kind of go, is it just another job? And he looking at it and going, I'll get 10 mil here.
I know.
Put a smile on my face. Play it good. If it all goes wrong, you get 10 mil, which isn't a bad job, is it? You get 10 mil when you leave. So that is worrying. Other worrying sign for us, Nicholas Füllkrug is injured again.
Shock horror.
How long is he out for?
I've heard it's just a couple of weeks, but
is it calf again?
Yeah, I think it's some sort of strain. I wasn't sure exactly, but I mean, we knew this was going to happen anyway. Like every West Ham fan knew that this was going to happen, apart from the board and the manager. It seems it's just a joke, isn't it? So that means we're left with just Callum Wilson and youngster Callum Marshall as our striker options for a team that's trying to stay up.
And Bowen, maybe. Bowen, get pushed around again to go and save us again. Like
if Bowen does go up front, who plays out wide on the right now?
It's a very good point. We haven't got another right winger, have we?
Well, I don't think we have.
Don't think we even got one in the youth, have we? Not one of us can think of someone, because you arguably could put Somerville on the left, put
on the
right, put Diouf left
right
wing, and put Skulls left back, or Wan-Bissaka left back. Maybe you can do that. Diouf, I don't disagree that Diouf be a brilliant left winger.
He'd do all right.
Fantastic crosser. Maybe, I don't know, but again, it's look at that, the squad depth. We've got no one.
That's what's going to kill us.
And by doing that, you're then also, like, if you do what I said, you're playing Somerville out of position, because I don't know if he can play off the right. Bowen out of position, and you're also having to rely on a kid left back who might not be right, ready. Or you keep Marshall there, completely unproven at Premier League level. Nuno has said a lot of good things about Marshall in the last week, which gives me a thought that he is probably the man that's going to be starting.
Do you?
I think so, yeah. I think he's going to... He said he's lively, he's this, that. I wonder, I think we're probably going to see Magassa... We'll do... Actually, after this episode, we'll go into the Brentford game a little bit more. We'll go into a bit more detail. We'll pick our teams and what we think. But also this week was obviously the week that protests are due to resume again. Which, I laugh. I don't know. I'm so sick of our club just being a laughing stock. I've got to be honest with you. But we're away at Brentford, aren't we, this week?
Home to Brentford.
Oh, it's... Do you know what? I always keep thinking it's away, this Brentford game. I keep saying it. I've said it every time, haven't I?
Yeah.
You know what it is? I keep thinking, because they've asked people not to go, that it was easier to do it at an away ground, right? But I don't know why. I think because in my head, how are you going to get that many people not to go? Sounds ridiculous. They could only get a couple of thousand people on the protest. So in our stadium, if a couple of thousand people don't show up, you don't notice anything. Because to be honest with you, at half-time every week, it's dead anyway. So,
No difference.
have you heard any more about this?
No, I mean, it's definitely still going ahead. And I've got mixed feelings, only because it's come at a horrible time in terms of Nuno's first home game. You know, it's still early in the season, but already it feels like this is a 6-pointer. I feel the fans have been lifted, and I feel they will get behind the team on Monday just because they know how important the game is. So we need to, we need to make the Stratford Bowl as noisy and as, as passionate as we can, really. But having said that, I am all for the protest, to be honest with you. I won't be going to the game because I am just sick to death with the incompetence of how the club's run. And I just feel, we have to continue with these protests. Otherwise, nothing's going to change. We've been here before where protests have fizzled out and nothing has changed. And the only way we're going to make change is by forcing it. So I'm all of, keeping the momentum up, keeping these protests going. It's sad that it's come for this game, but I just feel the bigger picture is far, far more important. And we have to force change. We have to. I mean,
what do you want to happen?
My personal
what is your change? What would you like,
like I've said before, all the fans are saying, "No, get him out, get him out." I don't think it's as easy as that. I just, like we said before, we want other people actually running the football club. A director of football who leads everything on the football side of the football club. I wouldn't be too sad to see Karen Brady go, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know what value she's added to this football club. I know she's collecting £1 million a year. I don't know what we see for that. And some of her decisions, her latest decision was to get Potter in, was absolutely terrible.
And so then a PR nightmare disaster when you look at it, of when she went on TalkSport defending, saying that how good he was and everything like that. That was a disaster. And then sack him 3 weeks later.
And exactly. And how much does that cost the club as well? Her decision. Because I don't think Sullivan actually wanted Potter. It was her.
No, I don't either.
Force that through. So I wouldn't be worried to see her go at all. I don't know what she's added to the club, but new owners, it would be good as long as the conditions are right. But things need to change. It has to change. They have to, bring other people in to help them, at the very least. And they need to know that they need to make these changes.
Yeah, the structure of the club. Opinion. We've said it so many times now. That's what I'd like to see change. Just actually put the right people in the right jobs.
Simple as that.
And talk to the West Ham fans, and actually, keep us more of the club. In some ways, actually doing what they want to do, keep us a little bit smaller, because actually our fan base, I think, actually enjoys us being this club that's ours. So I actually think that if we all sat down, what they want and what the fans want are actually quite aligned. Actually, like the most of the world now, where it's this side or that side, actually the middle is kind of where everyone actually is. But you've got these polar in things that pull everyone here. And I think that is probably that with our fan base as well. We have this side and then kind of here, I think, because I don't think anyone's a big supporter of our board at all. But I do think, I know that if we set up something between them, if they were open to set something up and some of us come in to help, I know that this club could run with fun for everyone, because I think there's a time and place. We said last week, we've done a thing about, is football boring now? And it is. Football is crap. Like, not just West Ham. Obviously, being a West Ham fan, the football is dire. But all football, like, I don't see much, like, in the top end that I go, oh, what a great game, or something like that. So I think there is this way you can actually turn us into this little, no one likes us, we don't care, insulate us, like we were in that cup run with the "We've got Super David Moore," which I think that song encapsulated, and West Ham is massive. West Ham are massive. That is probably, I will say, them two songs encapsulated that moment for West Ham where we were all together. And it wasn't anything, obviously things were going well on the pitch, but we weren't spending huge amounts of money. We were getting it right on the pitch without a doubt, but Moyes had kind of got us right off the pitch as well, the attitudes and things like that. I'll give him that. I just saw this morning, actually. Did you see what money Moyes is on? He's like
Everton.
Third or fourth paid manager in the league.
Is he?
I was quite shocked. I saw it. Like managers in the Premier, I think he's like third highest paid manager in the league.
Wow.
Let me tell you, Nuno didn't have his salary on there. He wasn't in the top 10. Let me tell you. But I just think there is a way that we can do it. Protesters say,
of course there is.
Sky, and now I understand what it's live on Sky. Obviously, is the game, and so are they doing the march before?
I don't think there's a march for the game.
So
no.
it just basically don't turn up is the message.
Basically, just want empty seats for those Sky cameras. You know, the media get hold of it, all these empty seats, and it just increases.
Do you know what? I don't know if it will. Like, is it? I know the media is back. I can understand the march before actually, because then actually they show it on Sky, but just no seats. I think people go, people ain't bother going over to West Ham anymore. People don't support them anymore, sort of thing. I don't know. I know what they're trying to do is hit the owners in the pocket. Like is what they're trying to do. That. But if most of our ground season ticket, you ain't hit them in the pocket.
That's the thing. I don't think it is that. I don't think because most people are not going to be turning up our season ticket holders. So they've already got our money. But
and I don't think we earn on the concessions anyway. So it doesn't hurt them at all, does it? Less clearing up.
It is just the publicity thing, just the publicity media awareness thing.
I wonder if they're gonna have some people in there that unfurl banners or.
Yeah,
I don't know because I don't see where the message gets across a little bit with that.
No,
and I'm not having a go at anyone who's organised protests or anything like that. As I say, I don't know. I'm just so over our club just being crap. To be honest with you, that's really where I am at the minute.
Yeah,
Nuno. Do you know what? Even talk about it now. You know, we've not had 2 weeks of it. We felt good coming on here. Now I'm kind of like, we're back to it.
Here we go again.
Because that Arsenal game for me, I know it was against Arsenal. There was so many warning signs there that it was one of the most boring games of football I've ever seen. And I think we are going to get that. And I think what's going to happen is, even if we get out of it, everyone's going to hate this football again. So we're back to all square one and everything. Yeah. And that's what I can see happening. This isn't over if we start getting a few results.
No.
This rears its head again the end of the season or next season when we go and buy a load of new players, shiny new things, and everyone thinks we're going to do great, and then it's like, I can't stand this football anymore. And that's where you want to see change all over because we've gone from different styles.
I mean, if he gets backed, if there is transfer budget, he put a really exciting team together at Wolves. They were really good to watch. And Forest last season. So if he gets the tools, I think the football can be exciting to watch, even if it is, counter-attacking, hitting teams on transition. I think it can be exciting. And if we're winning, like I said before, no fan is going to be moaning.
Well, listen, my favourite was Lingard era. Loved it.
Same, loved it. So I think it just depends whether he gets backed and whether he gets the players in who he wants. Obviously, his agent is that Mendes.
Yeah.
And he's that super agent. So, I mean, I'm just praying that he can get some.
If he can Mendes get Will Salthouse out of the club? I don't know. That's the problem.
Well, that's the thing. That is the problem. Yeah.
Well, anyway, that is what we got time for today. We are going to do another video that will air just for the weekend for our Brentford predictions. Also, remember, you've got a chance. We're closing the competition off at the end of this month. We've got another 14 days to go to win the signed Julian Dicks shirt. All you got to do is hit subscribe and subscribe to the Instagram channel. But if you want to come on, anything like that, let us know. And we will see you all soon. Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.